Welcome back to Grim Advice with Gretta Myers. You've entered the grimoire with 2 M's. Let's turn the page together. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Without further ado, the wolf and the man. Once upon a time, the fox was talking to the wolf about the strength of man, how no animal could withstand him, and how all were obliged to employ cunning in order to preserve themselves from him. Then the wolf answered, "If I had but the chance of seeing a man for once, I would set on him all the same." "I can help you to do that," said the fox. "Come to me early tomorrow, and I will show you one." The wolf presented himself early, and the fox took him out on the road by which the hunters went daily. First came an old discouraged soldier. "Is that a man?" inquired the wolf. "No," answered the fox, "that was one." Afterwards came a little boy who was going to school. "Is that a man?" "No, that is going to be one." At length came a hunter with his double-barreled gun at his back and knife by his side. Said the fox to the wolf, "Look, there comes a man. You must attack him, but I will take myself off to my hole." The wolf then rushed on the man. When the hunter saw him, he said, "It is a pity that I have not loaded with a bullet, aimed and fired a small shot in his face." The wolf made a very wry face, but did not let himself be frightened, and attacked him again, on which the hunter gave him the second barrel. The wolf swallowed his pain and rushed on the hunter, but he drew out his bright knife and gave him a few cuts with his right and left, so that bleeding everywhere he ran howling back to the fox. "Well, brother wolf," said the fox, "how have you got on with man?" "Ah," replied the wolf, "I never imagined the strength of man to be what it is. First he took a stick from his shoulder and blew into it, and then something flew into my face which tickled me terribly. Then he breathed once more into the stick, and it flew into my nose like lightning and hail. And when I was quite close, he drew a white rib out of his side, and he beat me with it till I was all but left lying dead." "See what a braggart you are," said the fox. "You have overreached yourself. You throw your hatchet so far that you cannot fetch it back again." Just kidding, we don't get to turn the page. Okay. Don't push things too hard. I mean, that's essentially what he does, isn't it? He's like, I'm gonna see how far I can push it, how far it can go. And he does. Look where he is now. I'm doing my best to not have a mental filter for this one, because I'm going through some stuff. That's why I'm wearing pajamas today instead of my regular clothes. It's fine as long as I have the cape, whatever. So I'm doing my best to be unbiased. However, this one just really seemed to want to exist. So be careful where you push. And even if you make a mistake, own up to it and say, yeah, don't wallow, don't lie, don't brag, just honesty. Well, I hope you got something out of it, and I'm interested to see the wolf and the fox and his cousin, and fox and his cat, and like all these things coming up, and I'm wondering if it's the same characters. There's something I would like to add. Something I tell people a lot. But maybe not enough. Is that you are more important than the story. Whether that story be a literal story, or a role play, or listening to one of my stories, or the story of a relationship, or a business endeavor. You're more important than a story. And I'm going to say right here with the example of my stories, you are more important than the story. I say a lot of things in videos that I feel is important to be addressed. There are a lot of things in stories that's hard to deal with, and there are lessons that can be learned from them. However, if you are not feeling it, if you're not okay, by all means, don't watch the video. Skip to the end. Don't watch my videos. Like, you're more important than any story that anyone can try to fashion. You're more important than any of the stories I'm telling. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, stop watching. These videos are for you as much as they are for me. Alright, my gremlins. Thank you for joining us for another happily ever after, or not so happily ever after. That's up for you to decide. And what you decide is valid. Because you're valid. You are. And I'm saying that as much to you as I am to me. Either way, this is the end for this episode, so tune in later and we can maybe actually turn a page together.